Hi friends, in this video let's try to understand how to install Apache Tomcat web server in the Red Hat Enterprise Linux virtual machine. So let's try to understand Apache Tomcat in the first place. Apache Tomcat web server is a web server to serve the Java based web applications. So if you happen to see what is there inside the Apache Tomcat, so you will have a HTTP server which would take care of the connections that are coming from the external clients. That kind of connections could be of HTTP and HTTPS. After receiving the connections, so it will take it to the uh, Tomcat server, which is the Java servlet container, which will process the request based on the uh, request it has received. It will process it using the Java based classes, and it will also interact, it can also interact with the databases, and then it will do whatever is required, and then it will give the requested response for the requested page. So at a very high level, this is what this Apache Tomcat web server would do. Let's now try to see how to install and set up a Apache Tomcat web server in our Tomcat, in our Red Hat Enterprise Linux virtual machine. Okay, so first step, let's try to uh, clean up the uh, thing by giving uh, if you let's first try to clean up our system by giving clean all. Make sure that your system is logged in as root. Okay, so clean all. The next is actually you can give yum update minus y to get your packages updated with the latest versions. So it may take some time. Let's wait for it. Yes, it is completed now. The first step is to install the JDK, Java JDK. And the command to do that is yum install java-21 open jdk-headless. This is the command. I have already installed it. However, I am trying to give the same command for to understand how to give. So I've just now installed it. So my it says actually nothing to complete. In your case, it may take some time, and you can do that. So let me clear the screen. The next step is going to be creating a user. So the command to create a user is this. So I'll explain this command to you. User add minus r is an option that we need to give to state that this is a system based user, and minus m is an option that we need to give that this user needs a home directory, and minus d we are giving the home directory location, and minus s defines the shell that we want to give for this user, and in this case it is a false shell, so we are giving /bin/false, and finally the name of the user, which is the Tomcat. So this user which we are creating for system level purpose for the Tomcat web server to use. Okay, so that's done. So it's already existing in my case. So the next step is to download the Apache Tomcat web server tarball from the website. So I've taken this from the Apache Tomcat website. So I'll show you where I got this link from. So if you see, if you go to Firefox, you can go to this tomcat.apache.org, and in here I have just picked up the version 11. Tomcat 11 downloads, and you can see here core and go to the tar.gz and then take the link, copy link, and then come back here, and then you can give this wget and give this command, and it will do the thing for you. So uh, let's give this. In my case, I've already have this downloaded, so I don't need to. It's completed now. Okay, next step is we have created the home directory, which is opt tomcat. So let's uninstall the tarball, which we have downloaded, just now downloaded. The tarball that we have downloaded is here, Apache Tomcat 11.01.tar.gz. So this one we will extract it in the home directory of Tomcat, which is by using the tar command xvf, and then give Apache 11 is the version and -c. Let me extract it right into the home directory of Tomcat. So that is done as well. Okay, let's go to the next step. So next step is to create a link, soft link for a directory which is called the base directory. So it is actually called the Catalina base directory, Catalina home directory, Catalina base directories. There are two kinds of directories. Catalina home directory is the one that we have the root directory for the Apache Tomcat. Normally people will not disturb that. So based on the instances that we have, so Apache Tomcat can have multiple instances. So in case if you are going to have just only one instance, then we can have both these directories pointing to the same location. But however, it's always better to have two locations, Catalina home directory and Catalina base directory. And so in this case, we are going to create a base directory here. So using this command, so this is the location that we have extracted the Tomcat web server. So let's give this command to create a link file. The command is Apache Tomcat. The version is not 10, it is 11.0.1. And oh yeah, so this is what it is. So if you see, chosen is a link directory that I've just created, which is pointing to the Apache Tomcat 11.0.1, which is nothing but the Catalina root directory. Okay, so that's a, let's see what's the next point. So next point is to create the ownership for the directory that we have created. Okay, so the ownership should be based on Tomcat user and group. Let's do this. chown -r for recursive, and then you Tomcat :Tomcat, change both the ownership of both the ownership and the group for all the directories inside /opt/tomcat, which also includes the link directory. Okay, so this is also done. Let's move on to next step, which is giving the executable permission for all the things that are, all the script files that are there inside the link directory. Okay, inside the link directory we have the /opt/tomcat/chosen/bin. Under that we have a lot of script files. We are going to give the executable permission. Done. Okay, so next command is to create a service-based script file to easily start and stop the Tomcat. So for that we need to create a file. The file should be created in the system daemon. This is a script file that we are creating named tomcat.service, and this script file we are creating under systemd system directory. Okay, so I'm using the way editor to do the edit, and I'm opening this file. I want to copy the whole thing. Okay, so this is what is this script. So we have set some environment directories, that is java underscore home and environment variables, catalina underscore pid, catalina underscore home, and catalina underscore base. These directories are same. Since I'm not going to have multiple instances, I'm just pointing both as the same directory location, and catalina op tiers and all of this. Okay, so all of these things you may have to have, and you have to have the startup.sh and shutdown.sh, which is already there under opt tomcat. This should be chosen because that's where we are having our link directory created. Okay, so that is all. So we have completed this step. Next step is to systemctl daemon reload and see whether it is actually, we need to see whether it is actually taking taking the Apache Tomcat into whether the system daemon is taking the Tomcat service into account. Okay, so let's now start it and enable it. Okay, let's see whether the status of this service. Yeah, so all looking good. So one more thing that we have to do before we finish, that is to create a manager user uh, Tomcat users we have to create. That is under the conf tomcat hyphen users.xml file. Okay, so we will have to go in there. Tomcat hyphen users.xml file. So I've just opened it, go to the bottom and then add. Okay, I've added this user now. The role is manager gy, and username is admin and admin. So that's it. So let me save this, exit, and then restart, stop and start. Okay, status good. Okay, now let's try to see if you're able to get into the Apache servers default page. So let's go to localhost. Yeah. So this is the Apache Tomcat web servers local host, folks. So this means we have successfully installed the Tomcat web server in the system, and we can go to the manager app and we can give the credentials that we had entered, admin, and now we are into the admin page of Tomcat web server. Okay, that's all, folks. Yeah, so what we have done in summary is first we installed the JDK. Next is we downloaded the Tomcat and installed in the home directory of the user Tomcat, and we have given the ownership for the Tomcat user for the home directory, and then we created the home Catalina base directory by creating a soft link, and then we had given the executable permission for all the scripts inside the /bin, and we created the service script to be taken over by the system daemon. So this is the thing that we had given. So next one is we reloaded the system daemon, started and enabled the Tomcat, and then we created the users, and finally we got into the default page by giving localhost :808T. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching, and in case if you like this video, give it a like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.